Hello everyone, I am Bhavya and I am Beta MLSA at Microsoft and currently I'm working with data science track. So I'm also a robotics club lead at my college and IBM Z program campus lead in India. So there are only a few campus leads in India from IBM. I'm one of them. So I'm currently working with data science projects and robotics. So today our topic is going to be Copilot Studio. I'm actually an AI/ML enthusiast. So my domain right now is AI/ML. So I love teaching students AI/ML. I have been hosting sessions in my college about AI/ML, teaching them from scratch. Not just AI/ML, but other domains as well. I love the profession of teaching students. So here's Studio. So most of you already have used Copilot Studio, or ChatGPT, or Gemini. These are really popular AI tools that we use in our daily life. Like I mostly use it to do my assignments, or even sometimes I take code from these generative AIs. So these are really popular things right now. Everyone use AI for some of the purpose. I've seen my seniors using it for writing their emails. For many purposes, for daily life purposes, we use AI every single day. So here's Copilot Studio. This is my most favorite AI amongst three. So Copilot Studio has many features, right? But the thing is, Copilot Studio isn't available for everyone yet, not for your personal use. You have to use your work email ID in order to work with Copilot Studio. Luckily, I am using my work email ID to use the Copilot Studio. Here's what it looks like. Here's the home page where you can read about Copilot Studio. If you're new to it, you can navigate through these options and look what suits you. And here's you can create your own Copilot if you want. So here are different options you can choose from. These options are coming soon, but yes, these options you can choose from if you want to create your own Copilot that uh, you want to use for your own. And these are some copilots that I have created already. And this is Copilot for Microsoft 365. If you are a Microsoft 365 user, this comes with it. If you take the Copilot Premium, if you purchase the subscription, it comes with it. So it's an easy integration with your Microsoft 365 Office environment. So if you're working with Excel presentation or any Microsoft 365 technology, so it will be easy for you to integrate AI into those projects, and you don't have to do that much of your own work. And these are library. This is the library section. You can connect your accounts here. So as you can see, I have connected these my accounts like Google Drive, and you can directly integrate Copilot services into your environment wherever you want to use it. So I can just add an item, and I can choose whatever I want with this. And these are some Microsoft popular apps. Like these are Power Apps, Power BI Pro, and Azure AI. So in the last season of AI, I had covered about Azure AI services, but today we'll be covering Copilot Studio, which is something like AI services, Open AI services by Azure, but a little bit different. So let's start with the home page. So here we have our home page. We can create any AI we like. I want my copilot to be a data scientist. So let's say I want to create a copilot that is data scientist, copilot for data science. I type in the prompt here, and it will take some time, and it will, as you can see, data science assistant is already created. So all I have to do is type a message here. I can provide a system role as well. You are a data scientist. I can say to it, you are a data scientist. And I can also provide the role of a user, right? So what's the role of a user? Let's say I am a associate data scientist at Microsoft. So I have assigned the role to system and the user, so that the AI knows in what context I'll be talking for the rest of my chat session. So as you can see, it has given me this response. So I can configure my Copilot here. So if I skip this, I can give it a name. I can change its icon, whatever I want. So I can choose whatever I want here, and I can create a description for it and the instruction. Your name is Microsoft Data Science Support. You're a co-pilot that supports associates with Microsoft with data science related queries. So I can change this here instructions. I can change the behavior of it, not just data science, not just a data scientist. I can configure it to behave like a machine learning engineer. Let's say you are a machine learning engineer at Microsoft. Description: Copilot for ML engineering students. So I've changed the description of it, and I can also give it a name. Let's say Jarvis. And I can also add some knowledge here if I want. I can give any data set to this. For example, let's say ak.ms. So this is a data set commonly used for machine learning. I won't be using this, but I'm just showing an example. You can give any public website data. For example, you can also use Wikipedia, although it's not that much popular right now, but still, you can add any public data, any public website if you want. If you have your own files, you can upload. If you have Azure SQL generated, you can also use that. If I just search for Azure SQL databases, if I store any data here, 32 GB of data you get free with Azure SQL database. So if you ever use SQL database, you can just directly import your data to the training, and you can use all these different sources to just integrate your data. You can just train using. So I'm not using anything right now. I'll just create, and it will just set my Copilot up for the for my use. I can use the Copilot app now that I've just created. So Microsoft has given me a lot of flexibility to change or to configure my Copilot in my own way. So this is my machine learning engineer Copilot. I can again test it. I have given it a name. I have given its description. I have given no knowledge. However, if I want to add knowledge to it in the later on sessions, I can do that. I can also add a topic. I can also prescribe it an action that it can take. And as you can see, my Copilot is not yet published. Uh, I can access my Copilot right here if I want to when it's published. Right now, I'm just using this normal Copilot app that we use with everyday, you know. So as you can see, it has also given me a response here according to what I had provided him. Hello, I'm Jarvis, a virtual assistant. So let's ask him something related to machine learning. So, hello, Jarvis. I need a roadmap for learning machine learning from scratch. So, if you want to learn machine learning or anything, uh, my spelling here are a little bit incorrect of scratch, but let's ignore it. So, it should give me a response right now. As you can see, it has given me a response. the complete roadmap. So it has given me this roadmap. I need linear algebra, calculus, probability, and statistics, programming skills. Although one of these you have to do. This R1 is optional. Most of the people choose, you know, Python only for machine learning and data science. So this one is a really popular course for machine learning if you want to learn. So these are all the topics for machine learning that you have to cover if you are beginning from scratch. So let's ask him another regression question. So can you give me a working code for multiple linear regression? So it should be giving me response. As you can see, it has given me a scikit-learn code. As you can see, it has imported sklearn and other libraries from the Python. So I can just copy this code and it will work. It should work, but I should have a data set in order to, it has given me a data set also. It is just a real small data set that I can just test this code on. And as you can see, this is working, and the code has been generated. So as you can see, I can edit my data sources as well uh, here. So I can moderate the content as per I want. So if you know the temperature, keyword temperature, if you have worked with OpenAI API, so this works just something like that. So if you have ever worked with OpenAI API, you must know if you're working with Python, if you're working with OpenAI API in any language. So there's a parameter called temperature that you can set to modify the response of the Copilot or any digital assistant. So this is exactly what this option does here. So I'll keep my responses high. You can also see your tokens if you want. So if you don't know, all the response and text that I've been given to this, that I've been giving to this AI uses some tokens. So you can also select the number of tokens you want to prevent your cost if you're working with the Azure AI services. However, in Copilot Studio, you don't need such. So I can completely change the behavior of my Jarvis if I want to. And if I analyze this in the billing section, I can just see the cost and everything that is related to my Copilot. So you can deploy it also. As soon as I click on publish, it will be deployed. So this is just a basic example of what you can create with Copilot Studio. And here's my recent creation that I've created using the Copilot Studio. I can also create a different version of Copilot Studio. Let's go for like something in what other domains are in IT. Let's say cybersecurity. So let's create a Copilot assistant for network security. So network security is very important part of cyber security. So I can configure this if I want to, just like I configured my previous one. And if I give this knowledge, I can also upload. I don't know why I'm not able to upload files from my own computer, but I have saved some cybersecurity data sets. Here. Uh, to train the Copilot Studio. I don't know why this option is not yet available, but If you want to, you can train your data set using the examples. I have some different case studies I have in my document file. So those case studies, you can feed it to it, so it will generate responses accordingly. So you can customize it however you want. I can change the instruction description, and if I just click on create, I'm not changing anything. I'll be just leaving everything to default. So if I just click on create, it will be creating another AI assistant for me, Copilot assistant, and I can just configure it again here as well by adding a topic. So I can let's add any random topic here. Create a support ticket or anything. Like I just I'm using example here. I'm not just using my own custom example. I'm using a pre-built one. So let's try this. Let's see how the response changes. So I can just give it a name. Uh, Network support, I can say. So if I just click on create, and it will add this topic to my uh, configuration. So here, as you can see, I can just save this, uh, and I can choose actions, and I can automate task if I want to. I can just connect my Excel account or any account if I want. So you can connect all these accounts if you want. You can connect your Microsoft 365 account if you want to work with this. You can upload a new skill. You can upload anything you want. Voice, languages. You can change anything. So as you can see, these are the settings. So I will not be changing the skills, but yes, if I want to add a skill, I can add it. So you can give it a URL if you have it. If you have a data set, or if you have anything to train this AI with, you can just give. So I can choose my primary language as English here, but I can change the language also. I can choose any language I want: German, Hindi, Italian, Japanese, any I like. Right. So language understanding you can choose here, and these are advanced options. You won't be needing this uh, unless you're working with a bigger project. So I won't be changing any of this. So I'll be just working with my network security assistant. However, if you want more flexibility, if you want to integrate your Copilot into Azure AI services, you can just create your account on Azure AI services, and you can just uh, use your Copilot into Azure AI Studio as well. So I'm logging with my account. So you can integrate your Copilot Studio with Azure AI Studio if you want. That's a really interesting thing. So as you can see, you can create a new deployment just by using this. So you can integrate these AI systems into your any environment. You can also use this in your VS Code just by getting an API key. So as you can see, you can get an API key just by creating your Azure account, Azure AI services account. So these are your endpoints. These are your API keys that you can use with your projects. So this is the benefit of using Azure AI Studio and integrating it with Copilot Studio. So you can unleash the power of AI with the Copilot Studio, and you can use it on your web browser or any way you like. So this was all setting up my Copilot Studio. This is all about Copilot Studio that you can use as a student. So if you're working with the complex project, at your college, or if you're working professionally somewhere, then you can, configure it in many ways as you like. But I've explored some basic options right now as well. uh, I am not going into the deep documentation of the Copilot Studio, not only because I haven't just used it, also because I don't need it right now. So as a student, you won't be needing much of the Copilot Studio's capabilities. But if you're a working professional, you'll be going with a lot of, you know, complex projects. So if you want to learn anything about Copilot Studio, you can just read the documentation. However, I hope this session has helped you at least getting into the basics of Copilot Studio and creating your own Copilot. So I'd really recommend you having your own datasets if you are really looking for an assistant that is, a custom built assistant that can assist you the way you like. So make sure to add training examples, keywords, and everything to your custom Copilot assistant, whether it's a security assistant or your Jarvis or your, you know, data scientist or anything. You can also use it for expense tracking or, for salesperson if you are. It's not just, for people who are in the tech industry. People who are from the non-tech background can also use the Copilot Studio the way they want. So generative AI is an essential skill these days, not just for technical students but others as well. So with this, we wrap up this session here for the Copilot Studio, and hope you like the session. Hope you like the Copilot Studio. Hope you will be able to create your own assistant. Thank you everyone for attending the session, for joining.